My name is Jasmine Covarrubias. I'm 23 and I will be attending San Jose State in fall 2023. Too many to count. Part of it is I have ADHD, so I go through hobbies like crazy, rotating constantly. My biggest thing is reading. I love to read. I used to get grounded for reading too late when I was younger, but arts and crafts like crochet, embroidery, like making your own t-shirts through heat vinyl press, all those kinds of things. Probably my internship that I have going right now. I'm an athletic training internship through Palomar College, the community college I just graduated from. It was one of those random opportunities in the right place at the right time, wearing the right shirt that said athletic training on it. And the head trainer there was like, or one of the head trainers, I should say, Dennis, he goes, "Are you interested in athletic training?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I want to be when I grow up." And he goes, "Well, I'm one now. Nice to meet you." That's such a would you like an internship? And I was like, that's such a, this is an accident. I was just doing my weight training class, and this guy walks out to me like, "Do you want an internship?" That never happens on the real world. Yeah. But when you have a passion for something, a lot of people can see it very easily. And then also probably my job that I just finished through was I coach volleyball for high school girls for my alma mater, high school. So that was a very unique and great experience. My old head coach needed an assistant coach, and she invited me back, and the girls were phenomenal. And I just got to see the players who I started with as freshmen that are going to be juniors in high school become leaders in their community on the volleyball team, and show their interest in sports, in athletics, in academics, and being that resource for them, because I already went through that school. I know what that school is like. How did I get to college? What is what my pathways were, and sharing that has been interesting. Part of, like I mentioned, I have ADHD. I didn't know I had ADHD until I was 20 years old, only 3 years ago, which sounds crazy, but a lot of things that I was learning about myself was that it goes really undiagnosed pretty often in girls, because, oh, I'm the too energetic, bubbly girl that likes to talk your head off, or laugh a lot, or that girl that jumps from group to group and can't stick to one friend group, but or activity or sport or hobby, because she gets bored. But part of that is it's harder to build relationships long-standing, because you have this, it can be a lot for a lot of people. And I understand there's some hard introverts in the world if you believe in that personality type. And it can be too much for a lot of people, but you find the right group of people and they understand you. And a lot of times you're drawn to other people with the same developmental disorder, and it can be one of the greatest things once you see those relationships grow. So I played sports all throughout my childhood. Started soccer at probably age 3, was absolutely horrible at it. Too many bruises from falling or tripping and flying elbows. So it wasn't really the sport for me, but I ended up playing softball and volleyball all the way through age 18, my senior year of high school, and that helped a lot because I was transitioning between sports, and it's okay to be the loud one on a team when you're cheering on your team, being that voice and leader on the field, off the field. So that provided an outlet for me a lot of the times, and I didn't really notice it until it comes to academics, until I hit my college years, when I didn't have a very structured and stringent regime and schedule the way a high school would, with a bell schedule, and you follow class to class to class with other people. And you, right after school, you're going, practice for 3 hours, and then you go home and you're doing your homework, you shower, you go to sleep, do it all over again. It's a lot different in college when you're making your own schedule and you've never had to do that before. And you miss one day through zoning out in class, and then you try to catch up and you never can catch up quite the same. But understanding that, hey, I need some help. Why is this such a struggle for me all of a sudden when I used to be, top of, top 3 in my class. What's going on? And then I got the mental health professionally, and she helped point me in the right directions with tactics and practices to help me grow. At least for those who are maybe questioning whether they have any conditions like this, like developmental disorders. It could be whether it's autism, ADHD, or just other learning disabilities, is find out as much as you can and seek professional help. Even if it's not something you consistently stick with, like therapy, for example, is just trying to understand yourself better can be a really great part of the healing process. And also provide the resources, because even schools have disability resource centers that you don't think really apply to you. And for people with ADHD, you can have, note takers, or more time on tests, or a silent room that can help you focus in a testing center. And they are all looking for you to help succeed, especially in those centers when you are, one fish in a class of 1,000. In your graduating class at a high school, and then all of a sudden it just gets bigger in a college. So finding those people can be one of the greatest decisions academically. Personally, is to positively impact as many lives as I can. Part of why I'm so open about my mental health is that not everybody knows until they're 20 years old and, go to therapy on accident because your parents are like, hey, maybe, you dealt with a lot of things, you're far away from home now. It might be helpful for you to talk to somebody, and it's the right push and it travels you down the right path. But since not everybody has those opportunities, just bringing awareness to mental health, to athletic training, my preferred professional career, once I say grow up, but I'm already 23, so in a couple of years. But just finding and helping people find those interests really drive me forward. I want to say that accepting everything that comes with who you are as a person can be quite difficult. It doesn't come easy because it's not something that everybody talks about, whether it is mental health or something else entirely. And finding the right people to help you accept yourself first is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. Because there is this concept of, love yourself, love other people, treat others the way you want to be treated. But sometimes how you treat yourself isn't always the best until you can find that help. And once you do that, you can, really positively impact the world and others.